Hi guys! Welcome to the Punday Nights on Fumbles and Fame. I am your Dungeon Master and host for the evening, DM Ben. And with us tonight we have the marvellous Fausto.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Fausto, and tonight I will be Zardos, the barbarian Triton, the follower of Poseidon.
The fantastic Kevin.
Hi everyone, tonight I will be Everall again, the Tempest Cleric of Thor.
The marvellous Ken.
Hello, I will be guest playing today again as Ordorn Fanagur, Wizard / Tempter.
Indeed. And then of course we have the very talented Sten.
And I'll be playing Gak, the Arakokra Stalker.
And then we have Daddy-O, Yorick.
And I will be here to entertain you with Mauritius and horrible, unbearable puns.
And which is in the name, so it's kind of implied. Unfortunately, Eric is unable to make it tonight, and thankfully Ken was able to reprise his role as Erdon. And before we get into things, Eric will be back next week. Before we get too deep into things, we are not associated with Wizards of the Coast LLC, the current custodians of Wizards of the Coast. So it's just important to say that this isn't an official Dungeons and Dragons stream. However, we very much enjoy the game and we'll be playing it shortly.
You can say we are #fanboys.
What? Did
You're
start
having
just
become
because
a
I
father has...
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question for Gak. Did you say that you're going to play an Arakokra Stalker?
Yeah, a Deep Stalker. That's the
Deep
kind...
Stalker. Okay, I thought you were a
Stalker.
Stalker.
Talking in the deep.
I was already imagining, like, these little girls that do following them.
I can say that might have like a lot of fans, but they're just not that level of crazy yet.
No, that's
Well.
fine. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Expect the distasteful. In your lower right corner of your screen, or probably somewhere, you should be seeing some widgets that will allow you to accumulate XP as the game goes on. You as an audience can actually spend this XP to make cool shit happen and influence the game, such as giving someone advantage or disadvantage, or just sending a cheers. So now that you know that is the deal, our heroes, after probably what amounts to a fairly short period of time, really, something in the lines of 10 days, have been tracking down 4 devious cults of the 4 elements, and have uncovered the fact that they seem to be worshipping an entity known as Thursdoon. I've been mispronouncing it the whole time. And this elder elemental evil seems to threaten the whole of the Dasaran Valley and possibly even all of Faerun, if the princes of the apocalypse are able to be released into the world. After having fought their way through 3 of the temples, they have made their way to the 4th and final temple, the Temple of Eternal Flame, and it has been one non-stop fight up until now. Last we left our heroes, they had freed captive Azers and Salamanders, 2 different groups that really don't like each other, and are pressing on through the rest of the cult. And just as we left them, they had completely destroyed some cultists, but then from around the corner steps out a large beast with, let's see, can I do this? 3 different heads. One that appears to be the head of a dragon, another a lion, and the other a ram or goat. I'm not sure which they meant. But those of you who are familiar with different monsters will recognize the terrible chimera. And, well, hell, why not? Since this has been an all-out battle so far, why not roll some initiative?
Woohoo!
You sound
First thing I
disappointed.
say when I see it, I've had women who look worse than that.
I'm sure you have. One of you could roll for the Azers.
I
And you can also get into this initiative order, Jorrit. So let's see. I should probably move the initiative order over somewhere clearly visible for our fine viewers.
Can I get a token for my
For your what? You're right
my
there.
my familiar?
Oh, you need your familiar? What is your familiar?
It's
I'm
a parrot.
unfamiliar.
A parrot, so anything that resembles a parrot for your DM ruling.
I really do not have anything resembling a parrot.
How can you not have a parrot? I mean,
Do you
it's
have something
standard
like a?
issue of
Do you have a raven?
But I think if you write down parrot under images, it's something will come out. Like select the image thing on roll
Yes.
20.
I think mechanically similar to something like a raven.
The first thing that comes up is an Aarakocra.
That's good.
A parrot.
A parrot man, as they call them.
Although that's premium.
yeah. If
I'm
you
sure.
shapeshift into a T-Rex again, I guess I could sit on your shoulder.
I will probably shapeshift into the T-Rex again, but
Well-
not in this fight.
We do have those spirits, right? They had something like a spirit totem there. And we could make it be multi-sided and choose a birdie type. There we go.
Yay!
And
Give me
let's...
control.
Yes, if you are patient.
I am.
Or
Very
apparently not, actually. Let's see. Layer, utilities. Is drawing. There we go. And... Oops. And we were... Is everyone in? I see only 5 people logged in.
I seem to be missing the monk.
No, I meant in roll 20.
Yeah, we missed the monk in roll 20.
I rebooted a couple of things and I'm just working via cell phone now.
Okay, there we go. Earn on. Oh yes, I see there is no image. Alright, well, it wouldn't be Fumbles and Fame without some fumbles.
Yeah, and I think that this laptop thing really is not working out for me.
Okay, let's see. There we go. So, sorting this initiative, it looks like, once again, Gak will go first.
Okay, but then we don't have the monk now in the initiative order.
Almost there, almost there.
Ah, okay, just saying. Like...
Well,
Don't forget
considering
it.
the fact that he's not there right now.
Ah, okay, very well.
So,
then.
Gak, let's start.
Gak.
Yeah.
Gakemo.
Yeah, I can already see him. That's yeah, that's fine. So I will maybe here. Yeah, that's good. And I will shoot at the thing.
Alright. So, I assume you're flying at the top of the ceiling at 15 feet, just enough to sort of see over
Yeah,
the
if it's high enough, then that's what I will do.
You can roll that thing into initiative. I'd rather you just make it move on your turn, if that's okay, Ken.
Sure. Works for me.
What?
Okay, a 16
Yes.
is a hit.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just 17 piercing.
just 17.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't
you.
think any of the modifiers apply to one of these.
Let's see. They are both hits.
Okay, so that's then 47 damage in total.
Including the first attack?
Yeah, including the first one.
Is that right? No.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay. No.
3, 8, 38, 30, 47. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All three attacks together. If they all three hit what you said, then
Yes,
that's
they did.
47.
Alright.
Yeah.
Then we move on to Erdon and his parrot.
I will send out Filthy Beast. Arr! Go harry that prey. So he will fly towards this guy and take the help action against anyone that is close. For an attack. And I myself will be throwing a ray of frost at the camera.
Okay. An 18 will hit.
It'll do 10 cold damage, and I will add 4 cold damage from that for my power surge. Whenever I dispel or counterspell something, I gain a power surge, but I can then spend on a spell to do some extra damage. So there's 4 damage added to that, 14 total.
From before.
I have a feature called Power Surge. I can link it for you if you want.
Yeah, no, but it sounds like it charges up.
Yes, but I always have minimums, and I've dispelled something before, so I have a few charges.
Okay. Alright. 14 damage it is. The Aether's turn.
Okay, I look at the Aethers and I go, Aether in! And they all charge in. Fortunately, the Aethers, I don't have their sight, so I'm moving into a dark place. Just so you know.
You don't have this.
I suppose they don't have sight, that's the problem. Okay. So I will momentarily put myself here, just so I know what's going on, and then I will go back.
I've given you sight with one of them. That one
Oh, you
on the
gave me
bottom
sight?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very well. So the Aether then go, they move 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess this guy can come there, this guy can there, this guy, well, probably this could have been here, 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 here. Can they occupy the space of the parrot? They won't, they will just wait their turn. Hey, let me pass! I also want to fight! No, you can't! Okay, so 2 of them will have advantage, and the other 4 will not. So the 2 with
The
advantage.
first one of them will get advantage from.
So 3 of them will have advantage, and 3 of them will not. So advantage, advantage, advantage. And I guess it's only 2 hits for a total of 12 and 9, 21 points of damage. And now the guys without advantage hit 13 a hit. I don't know.
13 is a miss.
13 is a miss, and 10 is also a miss. So it's another 14 damage. 1 4.
The smell of singed fur and feathers.
We are on
fills-
fire!
Oh, I guess they don't have feathers. Fur and leather sort of permeates this chamber, and the Chimera is very, very upset at this, and lashes out at all of these creatures with its fire. I guess not using its fire breath.
Oh well.
At the creatures that are on fire and made of fire. So, let's see. 1 with its bites and 1 with its claw. Oh, 1 with each of its attacks. Okay, so it's going to start with the one that's flanking it on the right. So it is going to try and bite that Aether. With the 14.
That's a miss.
And then again. Oh,
That's another miss.
And this is over.
That's a third miss.
Evro, you hear a commotion coming from around the corner.
Yes, I do.
And you should still roll your initiative when you're able to.
I get to do it.
I'll just dash all the way over there.
Perfectly just missing your turn.
Yes.
Okay, where don't we give it to? So you
I'm
can
gonna need
see
those horns though.
Mauritius, you can see a light coming from around this corner up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I guess I'll go towards the light.
No, don't
Don't
do
go
that.
towards the light.
Don't follow the line.
Yes,
You just
do
became-
it, do it.
You just became a dad. Don't do it.
Hey, you gotta differentiate between characters in real life.
Okay.
Are you able to move yourself?
Yes.
You just moved yourself into a wall.
I like walls. Let's see how much move is. Whoa, my god. Okay, I can get all the way up to here.
So you see a bunch of Azers assaulting a chimera. And I
Now,
guess
there's something you don't see every day.
at the moment you probably can't see past them so much for all the flame to where your allies are, but you may hear them indeed. You can probably hear Zardas crying out, barking orders at the Azers, for example.
I'm probably gonna take my time and look over what is happening there, because it seems like a bunch of flaming things.
It does. So why don't we move on to good old Zardas?
So Zadas starts going down the corridor. He looks at the Azers, and I suppose that the Chimera is like some female creature, right? And he says, "Embracer!" And that's it.
You get negative inspiration.
I get depression. Was that?
You've given me depression, that's for sure. Oh my god, that was terrible.
And that's it.
Okay?
That wasn't your best pun.
No.
No, sorry.
Are you, I guess, also is able to move? I believe you're controlling your Fauster, is that correct?
Oh yes, Ayu will come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not seeing much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she will see what's going on there, and she will just say, "Well done, Azers. Keep doing that. You're on fire."
Big gag. I hate you guys sometimes. Not really.
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna keep shooting that thing.
Alright, so you shoot at it over the top of the Asia's heads. A 26 will probably hit. And that will hit.
So that's a 23 damage.
Okay.
Your shots are precise
23.
like lasers.
Excellent. So your arrows go into 2 of the heads.
Okay.
And Erdon.
I'll
You
move up a
stumble
little
around the
bit
corner.
close to next to the big watery guy because he feels like a safe position to stand next to. And I will shoot yet another.
Hashtag no homo.
I'll shoot another.
He just wants to feel you're cool and what you want.
Someone shoot me, please. Sorry, what was that? You want to hook him?
I wanna throw another ray frost at for 13.
A 13 will actually miss. And you do
No.
get like a dirty look from the Azers with these cold blasts going past them. But
Well, they seem to be going like really unsteady, but I know exactly where to hit. They don't know that. Alright, that's my turn.
speaking of the Azers,
Right, so they'll keep doing their job. This guy comes here, this guy comes here, this guy comes here, this guy comes here. I guess
roll
yeah, they will
faster.
just unleash. Yeah, they will unleash their load on the Chimera. They load of attacks. They load of attacks. Okay.
It might be a quick session tonight, guys.
She said. Okay, so
So it's a full food
one,
focus in Chimera.
2,
Wait, stop.
3,
Stop.
4. Sorry, it only had a. Well, no, they will keep beating on it.
Okay, alright.
They will beat
Keep-
on a dead
keep
horse,
going. Yes.
goat, dragon thing.
Snake.
So that's it. They
1,
just beat her up.
2, 3, 4.
I have to keep going.
Sure.
5, 6, 7, 8. That's it.
Alright,
No.
they all hit. You
They
want
all
to tally please
It's a
tally up the
gazillion
damage so I
like
can
one.
tell you how much you have
How much is
overkilled
too
it.
much? How much is too much? 8 plus 5 plus 11 plus 12
And
plus
yes,
6 plus
The
7.
great heroes witnessed the creation of meat.
6x.
66 damage, which
Yes.
means the Chimera is minus 65 hit points.
Yahoo!
Which in 5th edition just means it is dead. It is just this singed mass of
We
chopped up parts.
completely amaze her.
He done gone about the
And the
farm.
Azers see a fast incoming human.
Barbecue.
Kill him too!
Mauritius, it's your turn. You see a bunch of Azers that just beat the shit out of a Chimera.
Alrighty. So, I'll try to get friendly with them. And I'll ask, like, one of them, so, what you folk do? Oh, look, those guys! Hey, everybody!
Hey, we know you!
The Azers are just like,
By the way,
I don't know this guy either.
Wait,
How
wait!
did you end up here?
I wandered down a dark hole, and suddenly there were these fire guys beating up a Chimera. And I kind of figured that you guys were behind it because I heard Zeta screaming shit.
sadists.
That sounds about right.
Okay, it's Zadas, please.
Yeah, Zetas, like I said.
Go, well, fine.
I could also
Well,
go back to call you a big blue, but that's basically what I only did in my mind.
that what? I start to feel a bit uncomfortable here, which is a great feeling. So, I will.
Might be the pirate up your butt.
It could, what? It's not a pirate, it's a plug. Anyhow,
What?
is it... I have to find my I have to look for my pleasure where I find. Anyhow, the Azers will go back in formation, and
These guys are grilled.
they're grilled.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I feel like I've lost complete control of this game at this point, guys.
Okay,
You
Well,
must have something to lose.
Mauritius, it's nice to see you again.
Oh!
But we should continue.
Burn!
Burn! Yes.
What are you guys doing out here?
We are burning this place to the ground,
I'm
literally.
looking
So-
for my papa. Oh, sorry. We got a bit confused there. I'm looking for me papa.
All right. So yes, Mauritius. I don't know where you were, and I can't even last. So let's continue and let's see if we can find more cultists to slaughter properly.
You find a door here.
Oh, there's a
and-
door.
Yes.
Were you coming from that
A
door?
stairway.
No, he came from down the stairs.
What's down there, Mauritius? Did you already slaughter everything that was there?
You think
No,
that
I
there was
mean,
something glittering down there.
Glittering?
There's probably some treasure, but this is a door.
Yeah, well, I think treasure door, I choose treasure. So yeah, let's go check it out.
But what's behind the door?
You
Probably
will
more
soon
things
find
to
out, but
kill.
one thing at a time. Okay, so first of all, you guys were passing through what looked to be some kind of display hall, where it's an oddly shaped room with two rounded corners that make the chamber flow in a pleasing way. A small stairwell disappears down to the south, where you've just gone, and lit by the azers, you see the glittering of a treasure.
This is probably not going to be perfect or trapped at all.
So, this room has a vaulted ceiling that is 30 feet high, wide alcoves dominating the east and west walls, and treasure glitters in the western one. An unpleasant, musky scent mixes with the odor of sulfur here. The floor is marred with broken spots, scorch marks, bits of debris, and dark stains. And this appears to have been occupied by the Chimera. Scattered in the western alcove, among the bones and scraps of clothing, is a hoard consisting of, assuming you eventually take these items to get identified, 517 copper pieces. I know you love spending those. 1,048 silver pieces, worth 10 times the amount of copper pieces. You find 432 gold pieces and 5 polished moonstones, worth 50 gold pieces each. Completing the treasure is a potion of water breathing, and in a tiny red silk pouch there is a fine sand. And later, when you identify these items, you will discover that they are magical in nature.
Why later? Why not do it now?
Do you have the ability to use Identify, Erdon?
I do.
Well then, if you have the spells to spare...
Or maybe might it be an idea to take a small little breather? Meanwhile, me be able to check out a few of these items to be able to see what they might be doing.
Are you saying we should take a breather? Or a breather?
Breather!
Breedazer.
Well, I mean, not for a potion, a bit of dust. I mean, we can wait for that until we find something meaty, huh?
That not be only also me being able to grab a breather makes my magic font by a bit. Easy, I get spells plus slots back when
Yeah. Well, let's make sure that no one is here first. Like, I don't know how much we have already explored of this place. So
that
maybe that's-
definitely be a good idea.
like, if we can find a place where we can close ourselves in. Right, but, I mean,
I also cast light on my
Okay, you can cast light, for sure.
okay, let's check. So you were coming from these stairs, right, Mauritius?
Yes, that leads
Yeah,
back to the
came
Temple
in
of
from that
Elemental.
door.
That leads back to the temple. Okay, very well. Then let's go and get it.
Let's keep going. I'm sure there's still people alive in this temple.
So you did pass by a door here. And I believe that Everil was in the process of exploring. I love how you're just sending the Azers ahead.
Oh, of course.
So, in these chambers, E23. I just opened the second door just for convenience, so just wait a sec. So here you find a short passage behind the door opening into a rectangular chamber containing 2 sets of bunk beds and a trestle table with benches on either side. A large cask sits at one end of the table, and there are several pewter mugs near the cask. But it appears that the occupants you have probably already met. You suspect they were the ones out in the hall.
All right, so it's empty.
Well, aside from what I described, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's empty of living creatures. Yes.
Yes.
All right, then we do a rapid search of the place in case they left something available.
Okay. So you do, as you are searching about, you do hear a weak voice coming from the next room, and it sounds like a woman's voice.
I'll go take a
It
look.
sounds like a job for Zadas.
Mauritius beat me to it. Go, Mauritius.
If there's a fair dame in distress, one can only. Hello, hi, hello. Is anyone in here?
Oh, good God. As you round the corner, you see that there is a woman there who looks suspiciously like a captured water cultist.
Oh,
Again.
And she
You
weakly
look
says,
suspiciously like a captured water cultist.
Liberators, is it finally that the water cultists researched?
Oh, right. There is this one guy with us, and he's very into water. Do you want to meet him?
Oh, yeah, sure.
His name's Zetas. Zetas, come over here. There's a woman that likes watery things.
oh, really? Let me have a look. A water cultist. Is that hard, meaning that she's already loved?
No. It's because she has
I
very
just
few
only
hit points
arrived.
left. You see the beaten and interrogated form of one of the water cult's crushing wave reavers, and she looks quite weakened and
will
looks
offer
up
a
at
bit
you
of water.
suspiciously and very nervously at the glistening of the Azers occupying the adjacent barracks. You see a pair of chairs flanking a brazier in one corner, and lying in the middle of the floor, she has a warrior's physique, and her wrists and ankles are bound with rope.
Well,
I will pour some water from her water skin down her throat. She might be quite hydrated with that voice I just heard. So,
Yeah, she is quite parched, yes.
I will gently start feeding her some water.
And as you do, she looks up at Zardas, and you can see her eyes narrow, and she says, "You are the one that killed him."
I am the one, and I did kill Gar. And I have killed, together with my companions, most of those belonging to your cult. But I will not kill somebody that is bound at my feet. So, do you have any information that can be of any use to us, so that we might bring destruction also to the cult of fire?
I have
Consider
been
it
a
a good
prisoner
way to
here for
get
some
your
time.
revenge.
What? Sorry?
Consider it a good way to get your revenge. Zetas here is a true gentleman, and he'll do anything for a dame as long as it doesn't endanger him.
I am a little surprised that you have other people speaking for you.
That's what servants do, woman.
I don't. Oh, I see. I was captured weeks ago, so I don't really know all that much.
What
to
did
be
they
honest.
want from you?
They wanted to know all about the cult, but they gloated. Fire cult are our enemies.
And you told them what they wanted to know?
Of course not.
I see.
But, like a coward, their leader has retreated into the depths. And from what I gather, the other ones, they are vying for control over the rest of the cult. in the meantime?
Well, listen. We are about to kill or send away every cultist that is present in this temple. Because our task is to destroy all 4 the cults of elemental evil. In all honesty, I despise what you and yours do. You have defiled the cult of water with your evil. At the same time, as I said, I will not kill somebody that is bound. So I will not kill you, but I don't have to save you. Then I turn my back on her and I go away.
Okay. She looks at the others hopefully and just says, I know when I'm beaten.
I will very gently put the hook under her chin while pulling her chin up a bit with it. Look her straight in the eye, and it's probably the straightest I've been looking in quite a while with my amount of drink. Have ye heard of the name Erdon Fanagy? Then ye are no use to me. And I just
What?
drop her her head like out of my hook. I turn around and walk away.
Didn't give her much of a chance to answer there because she looked about to speak.
Oh, sorry. I thought she. Oh no, sorry. Then yeah, I'm looking at her then. Sorry.
She says, I've heard that name before. Rough fellow. Piratey type. Went from port to port. Yes. He was here a few months back. Speaking with Gar.
Who is this Gar you speak of?
He did.
He was the bearer of the great artifact, the All Hydra's messenger.
He was your captain?
I suppose you could say that.
Are there more of these captains around that I can speak to? I say this half to her and half to the party as well.
She looks past at Zardas walking away and says, or doesn't say, but rather shakes her head.
So I need more people, so other people. Then I turn away from her.
Okay.
She's had her drink, so she should be fine.
All right.
Right, as you're just about to leave her, she has the water in her throat, and then, or not the water, rather, she's been speaking, and then all of a sudden she starts coughing, and coughing, and then all of a sudden she starts coughing up the water, but instead of just a little bit, it starts flowing out of her, just like...
I will accidentally stab her in the face with my sword. I'll go like, I think she's done dying.
You stab her in the face and you just see like this spray of water. You may have actually intervened to hasten her death. But it seems like some mystical force had begun to cause her to drown.
Poor girl. Now, on to the next thing. You will be fondly remembered. And...
There is actually bookshelves in here containing many books, several of which look quite valuable. There's also an urn filled with ashes sitting atop one of the bookshelves. Yes, so it's not just the prisoner.
All right. I'll take a look around this room in case we missed anything valuable while I was stabbing a person in the face.
You might have.
I'll also take a look at the book.
about husbandry or something here in these books? What do they look to be about?
The books look disappointingly a lot about different fire elementals and summoning spells. They're not, and none of them are actually magical, but they are valuable to a collector. In total, you think the total collection is probably worth around 250 gold pieces. And as you are searching, you look in the urn and discover that there is a small treasure there, consisting of 170 gold pieces, 170 electrum pieces, and 10 sardonyxes worth 50 gold pieces each. Quite a haul for
good.
something you almost walked past.
What
Yeah.
what is a sardonyx?
It's a gem.
Gem.
It's a gem shaped like a fish. A sardine. Sardonyx.
I don't know whether or not to give inspiration or take it away when you make these cracks. Oh my god.
That was so spontaneous, man. I mean,
It
Okay.
was definitely something, that's for sure.
Yes, I'll tell the party that there's like, hey guys, do you want more money? Because there's more
Sure.
money. Back.
we always need money. Mauritius.
I mean,
Otherwise-
we basically have no money.
Yeah. That's why we do all this, man. For the money.
You guys mind if I take one of these books about some summoning spells with me?
Yeah, I think you can. I mean, you know, where I come from, we just don't use books.
Bless you.
Thank
It
you.
I
looks
read a
quite
book once and there were naked lady.
Oh, everyone cast bless. Everybody has plus 1d4.
What?
Haveril said bless you.
Oh, yes.
So you actually cast bless?
No.
No,
Well-
Okay.
Unless he wants to.
not now.
Alright, what have we not seen of this place yet? Problem with
You.
dynamic lighting is that I don't know where I went.
Yeah, that is certainly true. So if you double back, there was a hole this way.
Yeah. Ah, we didn't go up, right?
You didn't go up, and you didn't go to the far west.
Is it possible to break off the horns of the Chimera?
Sure. Why don't you give me a survival check, and maybe not send those aces into the walls where people can see all my
Sorry.
dirty laundry.
Excuse me. I was trying to select them all, but it's not the end. I wanted to turn them, but
Right. You take a few moments to take some trophies from the Chimera, and you're able to recover what you're looking for.
Of course, I use a hammer to break them up.
So it's powdered Chimera horn in that case. So
Just lightly tap them at the base.
your troop of Azers are led into
a trap.
not a trap per
What
se.
am I doing here, man? Okay. Sorry.
An ashen
It's
field.
okay. Let's see, and not an ashen field per se. It actually looks like
Skid marks.
there's a faint odor emanating from this dark place, which holds the chill of the grave. Strange mounds run the length of the room and look like furrows for planting. But as you near it, you see that they're actually the decayed remains of bookshelves and tomes that used to run in neat, orderly rows.
Huh. They burned books. Those Nazis.
Yes.
Huh.
Although it does seem to taper into an odd shape,
Mhm.
this room.
It's let's look for a secret passage. Yeah, I mean, because it's the shape of this room is not much older than other rooms, but the fact that you mentioned it,
That may or may not have been a hint. Sure,
Yeah,
you can make
Secret
a...
tunnel.
Wait, Mauritius tries to lick the sardonyxes.
That guy, he would lick anything.
And just walking around going like, this looks like rock candy.
Why
It's
don't you
just
make me a perception check to see if you find
Perception
anything?
check. You. 8.
I start tapping the walls with my hammer.
6.
Hey, look at
Gak.
Gak.
And I'm
Yeah.
going like,
Like something.
I'm looking here in this corner, so don't know.
Oh, that's the corner you're looking in? Great.
Really?
I figure so. Everyone else is already farther in the room, so
Yes, Gak, that looks like an odd shaped.
What about Everil? You said Everil was tapping with his hammer.
Yep,
So why don't you give me a roll?
along the wall.
Yes?
Okay.
Perception.
So
Hey.
what you perceive, Gak, you perceive the others and are bemused by the pathetic job most of them are doing of looking about the room. Everil, you tap the wall, and when you come to this wall, you notice that it sounds less solid than the others. Sorry, I don't know if
Found
you
it.
saw that.
Uh-huh.
Found it indeed.
Break it down!
You see that there is a secret
Uh-huh.
passage here.
A secret tunnel.
Not so secret now.
Before we go deeper, might it be a chance to have a short breathe on me? Like when there's a good chance there might be enemy bound.
we'll be fine.
Come on, Erdon. We
We'll
can
let
take
the
a few more.
Azers take the fight.
Yeah, the Azers are very like anxious, and they're like, "Ah, we're here to explore." Ah."
And so we will, Azers. Go on.
I'll take a deep swig of
we're
my...
taking out your
water
former masters.
You
Kill the masters.
enter into a chamber, and it appears to be an ancient armory of sorts. Dust and cobwebs fill the corridor. About halfway along the passage, it widens into a small room where racks of rusted weapons and armor still stand. A gleaming shield hangs on the east wall. Strangely enough, it has a sprocket on its front that slowly turns clockwise.
That'd be looking interesting. And I touch it.
You touch the shield and you can feel a faint clicking noise coming from it. Almost like a ticking, like...
It's a shield bomb. A shield bomb? I never heard of such a thing.
This be very interesting.
I pick it up.
Can I roll like maybe a history or knowledge check of some kind to see what this might be originated from?
Alright. You can make a history or arcana check. Wow. You are quite certain that it's an invention of the ancient dwarves of Basilma that once occupied this city, strangely enough. The passage continues north to where it reaches a suspicious dead end.
That'd be a very suspicious dead end.
But you from your understanding of ancient dwarven incantations, it is a combination of crafty mechanics and perhaps a lost invention similar to what you would expect otherwise gnomes to produce. But you're also quite certain from the fact that the shield appears to be unmarred by the ravages of time that it is magical to some degree as well.
I will pull it off its socket or stand or whatever it's on, and I'll just sit on the ground and start studying it very intently for 10 minutes.
Okay.
For 10 minutes. Erdon, stop doing that. We are busy here.
Well, maybe
If you need me,
Brul'Dankar
just
can also
shout.
tell more about it.
As you arrive down this corridor, you see that it enters a sort of large prison-like chamber. A bed is set against one wall. The long passage. A bed is set against one wall with a desk pushed up against the wall across from it. A red tapestry hangs above the desk, and stitched into the tapestry with black thread is a bowl-shaped symbol. These are unfurnished ones, rather. What you see is some furniture pushed up against the wall, and bleeding half to death, propped against the western wall, is a hobgoblin that sort of looks up very disparagingly at the patrol of Azers entering the room, and is just like, "Ah." Did you have something to say, Stan?
That was about the shield. Maybe Brultentar also knows a thing or two about it.
Possibly, although that 10 minutes will identify it as a +1 shield.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Avril, you should start wearing this.
Maybe.
Maybe as in, yeah, do that.
Okay.
So, the Azers alert you to the presence of the hobgoblin.
Who art thou, creature?
Just a mercenary who were hired by the cult to protect him. Till you lot came in. We're a little bit more than we could handle. My props to you. You did a good job. I'm almost done for. You're here to finish the job.
Is there still fight in you? Are you still going to attack us, or are you defeated?
No fight in me left today.
Then I will not raise my anchor on you.
So you only joined the cult for as a mercenary.
All the hobgoblins are like that. You think we give a shit about these elemental cults? They're all stark raving mad, but they were offering us so many coppers. Oh,
We've got. We might actually have a better offer for you if you want it.
I'm all ears.
We just came into quite
then
a lot
trails.
of money.
Where is the leader
Would you
of the cult?
help us out if we healed you up and the money?
The cult, the main throne room. The leader, I think the leader's gone. Buggered off. She went down to the lower levels, but she's left some lieutenants. I think one of them's quite keen on taking over a throne room. They'll have hauled up in the southwestern end of the complex. Oh.
What's the quickest way to get there?
What's down that passage I never saw was there before?
Okay, I go to him, I grab him by the scruff of the neck,
Oh!
and I say, bring us there.
By the way, I know it's forward. Move the barricade.
Well, if you're gonna ring him out like that, he might
The
not guide us for long.
Azers mentioned that the passage, the door looks like it's one of the prison rooms, and it leads to where the other cells are.
Oh, will there be other prisoners then? Maybe we can use freedom, I mean?
They remind you that this is where they were kept, along with the,
Alright.
The
Is there
salamanders.
more of your people here?
I'll move in to heal this guy a bit.
You're actually going to heal this guy? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that? That was unexpected.
Good.
Alright,
Yeah.
bring us to this lieutenant
No, fine.
by the fastest way.
This is the fastest way I know. He's
Very
still
well.
sort of stumbling down the corridor. I don't know if he.
If you want, I can have the Azers carry you, but that's the thing.
At least his entrails aren't falling out anymore.
I'm surprised you could fix that hole, to be honest. You pass by a couple of prison cells as well as some furnished rooms that look like they're being turned into sort of like the place for the cultists to rest when they need to. Although, yeah, it looks rather Spartan. And he's like, south past the forges, this way. Ah, fuck me.
We have been there before.
You have.
Okay, so we just took the wrong way.
Well, yes.
All right.
There was also the hallway to the west.
Yes.
Wait a
Yeah.
second.
As
I
you
know
head
where we
down, you can see that the salamanders are actually descending down into a hole,
All right.
and they call back and say, "Fuck you, Aces!" in their language. They
Really now, guys? Really? This is not the time to be enemies. We are offering you a chance to destroy. They were also enemies of the cult, right? The salamanders or not?
they are, but they seem to be descending deeper down into something.
Ah, so they are going away. All right.
Well, yes. Despite saying that they will fight with you, it seems like in your absence, they've decided to try and return. Oddly enough, they're going down, not up. And this shaft, which they are in, at the end of this passage, a wooden platform similar to a drawbridge extends into a large, irregularly shaped vertical shaft, perhaps 50 feet across. A large stone disc, 12 feet in diameter, hovers next to the wooden extension. The shaft rises into an inky blackness overhead, but a flickering, ruddy light is visible far below. And it is down here that they seem to be descending towards what could possibly be a field of lava below.
All right. I asked the Azers, do you know where they're going?
They say that some of them were summoned from a place deep below, and this place is known as the Weeping Colossus.
What's that?
They explain that it is a portal to the elemental plane of fire.
All right.
Sounds like somewhere that the cultist leader might have gone to.
They do mention that there is also it does descend down to a secondary level on top of that before going into the deepest area.
Okay.
And that there is supposedly some kind of temple down there or shrine.
I can have a look later, but let's head for the throne room, I guess.
Yeah, let's complete this place. We'll go kick ass in hell, I guess. So down here?
Yes. He is leading you. Oh, sorry, on the wrong layout. Still on the wrong layout. He leads you down here, and he's like, "This way."
Like through this door, or?
He shakes his head and he's like, "Nah, that's where they keep the hellhounds."
The hellhounds? No.
Well,
We
not
don't want-
anymore.
As you pass near to this one, you hear the sound of gears. Sorry, I'm doing a horrible job for our viewers. There we go. You remember that this room in particular was the one where the hellhounds were released from.
All right.
And where did that description go? There we go. So you're at E17. So yeah, it sounds like there is a bunch of gears and flywheels, drive shafts, making noise come from behind this door. And as he sort of leads you to the corner, you see an odd arrow go past, and he's like, "Oh
What?
shit!" And then he hops into the corridor, and he's like, "I think they've barricaded themselves
Where was the arrow coming from?
down here."
There. Okay. Azers, charge down here! Kill your masters! Former masters.
It's Spartacus all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know about Spartacus, but it's certainly something.
So yeah, we will. I mean,
Are there now
I will
also
lead the
chasers?
charge. Chasers, yes. Erasers,
Okay,
chasers,
we could
erasers.
potentially be going into combat here, guys. Strangely enough.
Yoo-hoo!
Alright,
Imagine.
so let's get some initiative going up, as that is the Dungeons and Dragons tradition. And we've promised our viewers much combat tonight.
True.
Actually, that's probably good over there. And I should probably roll for them. So
Nah.
initiative for him. Initiative for them. Initiative for them. And there. Oh wait, there's some cult fanatics as well. Okay. So it looks like we're starting with Erdon.
I will think with my familiar. Let me double check. I can watch through its eyes.
Alright, so I just have to make sure we've given it sight. I'm guessing as a bird, it just has normal sight.
Yeah, it has normal. Yeah.
Alright. You should be able to
so
see
I
from it,
will. I will use my action to set my bird in to make sure that I get a. Sorry, I will send my bird in and use an action to perceive through its sense and have it like even if there's maybe a place up top where it could find a spot to find some cover or something, so at least I have some vision on it.
Is it invisible?
No, it isn't.
Great. So as it flies into the room,
Mhm.
2 stray arrows will go towards it. 13 being the highest.
That would be a hit, and it goes poof. It just goes poof.
It seems like they were prepared to fire a volley of arrows at anything that sort of comes down the corridor.
That's 2 less arrows. Also, that thing can go, and I've seen like just a blink of what I wanted to see. So that's my turn for this.
All right. So let's move on to them. What can they say? I think she can see from there. Everil, you just glimpse a hobgoblin commander, a female, and she draws. Well, actually, she pulls a javelin from her back and throws it in your direction. 15 to easily block with your armor, and a 16.
Which I also block.
And then she seems to step back tactically. Zardas.
Alright, so I seem to understand people there with radiant bows, right?
There are some, although you wonder if
There are
perhaps they have already targeted.
Already targeted enough.
Yes.
Well, let's have a look. So I will just go like 1, 2. Then there are these barricades.
There
Okay.
are barricades indeed.
Like, can I jump on top of them, or do I have to put them down, like destroy them?
You think with a very mighty leap you could leap over them?
But or even better, would this blow them away? You tell me.
A gust of wind.
A
Okay.
line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from your direction. Even creatures would have to make a saving throw and be pushed 15 feet away.
Are you
Think
farting
this
in
would
their
be
general
enough
direction?
to blast this barricade?
That's a good question. They're sort of what they appear to be, so fortifications of wood, and they are braced from both directions. So
You know what? I don't know if it works or not, but I
Sure.
look at them and I just go and I look at it and I say, Poseidon, let your wind blast these covers. And I do my blast, and if
Yes.
it works, and I check if it works, and if it doesn't, and then you tell me, and then we'll see.
Sure.
Does it work?
So it works on them, and it pushes the barricades together. But it sort of creates more of a blockage than you're expecting.
That didn't work as expected. And then Zadas goes.
But you do sort of blow back the nearest ones. Oops.
All right. Then I'll wait for the heavy artillery to take care of it, and I will end my turn.
Are you then?
Okay, seeing that that didn't work, and how you having not so many spells, I would say, but I do have a nice trick. Okay, so Ayu, step here forward, and then she will create. Can she see through the barricades? Like they
she can
shot
see
through them.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although
then
now there's more of a blockage, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, I'd like to do a 20-foot radius, so it's 8 by 8. So that's 1, 2. So this is 20. So this is what have I done? Sorry, excuse me. Thick, 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 thick. I keep doing this. Nothing. I have to do it again, I think. Unless you want to do it for me. Can you do like a 40 by 40 square?
Sure. Let's
Yeah,
see.
and then
What
with one
spell is
border. It's a spike growth.
Spike growth. Excellent. And it's a radius, right?
It's a 20-foot radius.
Yes. Okay. So I think I actually.
So basically, I would like one side to be like here. I keep doing this. Okay. I like you point it. Here is the middle, and then basically to take them all. They are all in a 40 by 40 square, right?
Essentially.
Yeah. So put them all in this 40 by 40 square.
Like this.
Like that, sure. And yes. So the area is difficult terrain, and when they move in it, they will suffer 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they move. For every square they move, they suffer 2d4 damage.
Okay. When they move.
When they move. Yeah, if they stay there, they stay there.
Okay. Great.
And then she will go and take also on the other side. Yep.
Very nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like that.
Which brings us to Mauritius.
Who just realized that his initiative score is wrong on his character sheet, but hey, good time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will shout at the goblins. Hobgoblins.
Alright, you shout at the hobgoblins.
Do you like my body? Wanna make some money? We can pay you more than those guys will be paying you.
Alright, that's longer than
Wanna
6
join our
seconds.
side?
What?
Okay, I'll do it quick. I'll make it. We can pay you more than those guys would pay you. Wanna join our side? And I'll step back.
Okay, so you can make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, I'm really good at those. Oh yes, me and my mighty charisma.
17
Not
is
bad.
decent.
Not bad.
I'm going to allow them to let's see, what would they roll?
At least I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, they're surrounded by spikes. There's some wind blowing at them. They're going like, "What the fuck is this shit? We killed a parrot."
Also, they've probably heard by now that this entire temple has been killed, so have the other ones. So I think these
Alright.
guys are in a bad.
We will see what their response is on their turn. In the meantime, they're occultists. You hear as several of them struggle and then screams. Let's see. They take 2d4 piercing for each.
Yeah,
5.
just do maybe 5. Then we don't have to roll.
Okay, so I will just remove. Which cultist is it? 1, 2. They try moving and get hurt. -5. And you can't quite see what's going on in there just yet
Yeah,
because of
sorry.
the angles.
Yeah.
You hear the sounds of movement and cursing. Gak. So right now,
Yes.
you have a horde of Azers in the way.
Is the tunnel still high enough to fly over them?
It is.
Okay. I kind of like the thorny ID, so I will start with a level 2 Hail of Thorns.
Doing
cast it on-
what?
Well, I cast it on myself, and the next time I hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack, this spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from the ammunition.
Okay.
So I do my regular attack damage, and then it basically explodes in thorns, hitting everything within 5 feet.
Alright. But it's not a
Trap.
permanent thing?
No, its concentration
Okay.
lasts for up to 1 minute.
Yeah, I meant like it doesn't create more terrain that
No,
off the
no,
track.
no.
No. It's 1 attack.
Okay. Yes, so you prepare that as a bonus action. You still have your move and action.
Okay, let's have a quick look.
So essentially, what you see is 2 layers
This one
of...
will have.
You can see through the gaps. There is like a 5-foot gap on top of the barricades. They're now piled 10 foot high.
Yeah.
But there's still enough room for you to technically fly over if you wanted to. And of course...
Yeah, I just need enough space there to see through and to aim an arrow through, basically.
Yeah, the main issue here is that there is a ton of cover between them. But it's not full cover for most of them. Yes, I know you have sharpshooter, but right now,
Yeah.
a part of the issue is not actually being able to see them over the barricades. So,
Yeah.
I would say you can see some of them up the front, but the others are obscured.
Yeah, that's fine. Who can I see?
The 2 in the front row here.
Try to
That-
hit cultists
That's what I'm
and
aiming
rush
for.
them.
Okay. Alright, so you hit one of them.
And if that hits, that also triggers a hail of thorns.
And that flies in a 10-foot or 5-foot radius.
5-foot radius.
Okay, so that will hit 2 more, so roll your d10. And they make
Yeah,
dexterity saving
2d10.
throws.
It was a second level slot.
Okay. Save dex there. for
And
him.
DC 15.
Alright, they both fail. So they take 12 damage, correct? Oh.
Yes.
Which is enough to kill the second one. No, didn't just kill them all, did I? No. Great. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if I don't see any others, I will just keep moving.
Everall.
Yes. I will run up to the barricade. Can I stand here?
Essentially, yeah, you're in front of them. They're 10 feet high.
Okay. And then I will cast a first level Thunder Wave, and I will hit the left one. Also, the barricade.
Yeah. So that deals double damage against objects, doesn't it?
It's just
Unsecured objects, so complete.
unsecured objects.
So
Your
I
call
would
if it's
not
secure
say they're
or not.
unsecured, but you're dealing. Is that maximized damage or just?
No, it's just 10.
Okay, so they take 10 points each in that case. They are still holding despite that damage.
Yeah, it's only the left one was hit because it's a 15-foot cube.
The left one of what? Sorry. Oh, you were
This one.
attacking one of the hobgoblins as well.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Okay. So he needs to make a con save at least. Which he fails, so he takes 10 points of damage. So, Everall, you finished your turn?
Yep.
Then it's the Azers.
Right, let's go, guys. Let's bring down this wall. 1, 2, 3.
Everall, can you end your
5,
turn one
6.
square to the left?
I cannot really see where the lasers are gone.
Sure.
Yeah, you've gone into the barricade.
Yeah, because I cannot see that guy specifically. Maybe you can put him a bit back. Which one is the one I can't see? Actually?
Now you've complicated things. Good.
Yeah, I don't know which Azer I can. I have these guys. 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6. So this is into the barricade.
Yes.
The barricade is doubled up here.
The barricade is 2 squares.
2 squares.
So
correct.
I can maximum be here.
Oh no, sorry.
No?
They're stacked,
Yeah.
so it's 1 square deep, but they're
So
stacked.
I can be there.
So it's now 2 by. It's 10 feet high instead of 5 feet high.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
You
4,
can be
5.
there.
I can. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, so basically they just. Okay, the guys in the back are the guys in the back. There's not much they can do. The guys in the front, can they push against the barricade and at the same time, since they have heated body and heated weapon, can they put the barricade on fire?
I would say yes.
So they will do this. They will just physically push against it to break it down, and then of course using the fire on their bodies to put it on fire.
All right.
What do I do? Athletics checks or something?
They're like a moving Azer storm rat.
Yes.
Well, I think in this case, actually, it's just the barricades are somewhat weakened already.
All right.
So why don't you make me 2 attack rolls for the front 2 to represent their
Sure.
efforts?
10, I guess, and a 13.
So
12 and 15 now.
Yes. Which is enough to break through the barriers.
All right. So,
But
that
I will
was
say that is the combined effort of the
Yeah.
Azers to do so.
correct. All right. So that's their turn.
The cult fanatics. Let's see. You see from the shadows that. Oh, they have spiritual weapons.
What?
Yeah, they do. They have spiritual weapons, which will be represented by. Let's make
Fire.
it fire. Yeah, that makes more sense, right? So I'll just put some small.
Their spiritual weapon is a torch.
Luckily, it is force damage though. So.
Oh. Still, an 11 won't be enough.
An 11 won't be enough. The second one will do the same. And the 16, and it will be
not
against.
be enough because they have 17.
And that will be pasted there. So that's that. The hobgoblin captain. Okay. This guy shouts, "I think they're probably right." The hobgoblins who are viciously under attack. Oh wait, there's one more hobgoblin captain who's like, "How much?"
At least a platinum each.
Wow. It's a lot of money, man.
Is that true?
Yeah, sure. 10 gold each. Sure.
That's and so you're not. No, I'm trying to. Are you deceiving them, or are you just persuading them with 10 gold?
Hey, I'm neutral good. I mean,
All right, then make a persuasion check with advantage.
this is gonna be a bad one. Oh god.
A mildly okay one.
This is like worse than my disadvantaged roll.
Yeah. That was
Why does roll 20 hate me so?
Well, it's not a case of that, is it? Okay, let's see. So that will be an insight check back. 15 each. Go.
Deal.
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 Yes.
All right, Zardas, you have not spoken up until now, so make a persuasion check to.
Sure. Persuasion check.
This is like the high stakes bartering.
A 21.
All right. The hobgoblins do not act this turn.
And I will also add, if it's possible, in this 30 seconds, and 50 gold addition to the one that brings me the head of the leader of the cult.
Erdon.
I will move over here, and I'll say, "Hey, if we're gonna keep fighting, at least make it a little bit more interest. One more trick up my sleeve." R. And I will grab Zara and Avril, and I will cast Fly at 5th level. Therefore, casting it on 3 people.
Okay.
And my turn there.
I can fly.
You can.
Join the club.
Fly, 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 fly.
Okay. The you hear the female hobgoblin say, "Done," and you can hear the sounds of weapons. And the screams of a human. And you hear cries of betrayal going on. Oh!
Betrayal.
Ouch.
Okay, Zardas.
Right, I can fly 6, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I suppose this. So I start to fly here. This blue guy here is a hobgoblin.
Sorry, where are you? Oh, you
Sorry, here.
hadn't
Yes.
pulled up.
Yes, sir.
That blue guy there is a cultist.
He's a cultist. Okay, and this woman here.
She seems to be a female hobgoblin, the leader that just attacked this cult fanatic.
Okay, well, then I just fly to this guy, and I will attack him. If I can get my character sheet going. Yep. How is he dressed?
He is dressed in robes of leather armor.
Alright, let's try a thingy. Yeah, let's go reckless, because why not? I'll cast 21 for 21 points of damage.
You sever his head from his shoulders.
That was the intent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can stay from here flying to this guy, and I will try to sever also his hand.
He looks injured already from these bleeding wounds as he seemed to have crept through the thorny underbrush.
I'll cast 15 for
15
16.
will hit, and you achieve your goal.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can still move another 4. So I will fly to this guy and I will do my third attack since I killed someone. How is he dressed?
He is dressed in a similar way to the others. However, you see this faint. Well, actually, no. He is in leather armor. Sorry.
Leather armor. Okay, very well. So you deserve this. Ammo class 17 for 25 points damage.
Ouch! That hits.
And I am done.
All right. He still stands after that blow, but is very, very upset. Ayu.
Okay. Ayu is still keeping concentration on the on the area of damage there. But she will step into the corridor and then she will use her frost thingy there, right? What's it called? Frostbite, and the range is 60 feet. So yeah, she will cast it on the fanatic here. Like, you know, she will step into the corridor, just target the guy. Oh no, it's 60 feet. Maybe I can do it even on there. See? Exactly
Yeah, that
60.
seems more
Yeah,
reasonable
that's
to
exactly.
me.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll do it on that guy, and then she will go back into the corridor. So there you go. Constitution 17 for 7 points.
All right. He does not resist, and you hear.
So 7 damage.
Ah, it's so cold!
It is.
And he perishes from the frost.
What's cooler than cold?
Ice cold.
all right. It's you,
Were you looking for Zardas to say that? All right, Mauritius. You feel like you're missing the action, like it's all around the corner.
Yeah. But I
What enthusiasm!
I prefer not to run into some deep shit, so let's just go and check it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there anything still alive here?
Is it,
watch
wait,
the thorns.
what are you doing? Hopping into the thorns, Jesus!
Watch the thorns, man.
Someone didn't cast fly on me, so.
Yeah, but you could go around them.
I don't have that much movement.
Okay, well, it's difficult terrain, so
Yeah,
you don't
so
have that
it's
much
safe.
movement. So as you move through it, you will need to make, what was it,
You just suffer 5 hit points for every square you move into.
Oh, great, so I count 2 that he moved through at least.
So I can't actually evade it or stuff?
Nope.
You could have evaded it by not going on it. So you take 10 points of
wait.
damage.
Yeah, that was Hail of Thorns. So there is no save.
I think there was, though, wasn't there?
No. When a
No,
creature
I-
moves into it, it takes 2d4 piercing damage. That's it.
Okay,
Also,
yep.
if you didn't see the area when it was cast, you need to use perception to spot the thorns.
Yeah, but I mean, even if he sees it, you just have to
I
not walk
didn't
into
see
it.
when it was cast anyway.
I was
So.
saying, normally, like, maybe you might not notice the thorns if it wasn't for the fact that there's all these vines and growths in a place where there shouldn't be. So, in this case,
Okay,
I don't
so,
think the perception check is
From
needed.
where do I spot the thorns?
Where do you see them?
Look at them all over the ground. See that ring, the circle? Across the floor
No.
of thorns and vines?
We can see that.
I don't actually see it. I
I
see
don't
it
see
on I see it on a Twitch stream, but I don't see it in game.
Mhm.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I can't see it.
Oh, it's
Same here.
weird.
Okay, hang on a sec. I can fix
I
this.
can.
Yeah, because you have
You can't.
you have the tools that I have.
Ah.
There we go.
Yay! That,
Ah, yeah, there it is.
That's-
Sorry about that, guys. That's what everyone could
that
see.
makes
that.
more sense.
Yeah. No,
You
I
have seen
thought
the coolness that I have created. Oh,
I thought it was supposed to be invisible to us because we didn't do the perception.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to say, yeah, let's go with that, but no.
wow,
No.
Ben, well done. You fooled them all.
Okay, so I'll skirt the outside. Can I hop over Zetas and wind up next to the Cult Fanatic?
This is flying.
Oh,
The-
I'm
even
flying.
better.
Zardas
I'm getting my
is
ass
flying.
underneath Cadence.
Zada.
The fleet of this person.
Okay, how appropriate. You're underneath Zardas and there is a cult fanatic in front of you.
Yes, Zadas wears a kilt without underwear. Just
Alright, so you slash at him with your Dragonbone Longsword for 9 points of damage. And
And I
the
miss
second
him.
is a miss.
And I miss him again, probably.
A 13 will actually hit. And
Woo.
so you just sort of like miss with your sword, and then you do this elbow right to the face, and you just hear this crunch of bone as his skull cracks. And one of these disappears. Wait, did I just kill the one that's the initiative one? Yes, I did, didn't I? Fuck. Alright, this one is so
Yeah,
shocked he
new
gets a new
initiative.
initiative. Let's see. Where did he go? There he is, number 6. Okay, that's fine. The cultists. This one rushes to the side of his boss, then goes for the. They have simple scimitars. This probably isn't going to end too well for this cultist, but still, he has been indoctrinated. So he's going to swing his scimitar at the hobgoblin. Ooh. And actually cuts her a little. But she kind of laughs at his pathetic damage.
Damage.
Oops, why didn't that work? 39, 39. Oh, no way. Okay. The other cultist on the outside is very confused, actually. I'm going to give him a perception check to see if he notices what's happening. So let's see. Perception. And that guy's actually got to be in a square. A 17. So he notices that the hobgoblin next to him is about to strike him, so he tries to hit him. But misses. Gak.
2, 3, 6, 7. Can I fly over the thorns without getting their
Yeah,
effect?
I'd say so.
yep, it's only on the ground.
Let's see.
There are
who do-
torches in the room. Mauritius. They do not have dark vision.
Yeah. I'm checking who I have good vision of. This guy, I think here.
Yeah, you can see the 2 cultists there.
Yeah.
Fighting against
Okay.
the hobgoblin. Commander.
So that's the closest guy here. That's the one I'll be aiming for. 18.
18. Alright, so an 18 will hit the cult fanatic for sure.
That's 17 damage.
Of course it is. And your second attack,
16.
that will also hit.
Okay, that's 19 damage.
You slay the cult leader and the other cult fanatic, and the other spiritual weapon disappears. Everil, you're surrounded by the burning heat of the Azers.
Ooh, I always wanted to try this one. I start spinning my hammer above me and I fly.
Yay!
A troffelcopter. Tortelcopter?
And I fly up to the cultist and try to give him a mighty smack.
Okay. Alright. Your baby Mjolnir definitely strikes that guy for a total of 12 damage, right?
Yep.
Anything else?
No, that's everything.
The Azers.
Right, the Azers with their short legs go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I walk on this thing, whatever that is?
The question is, the Azers
Yeah.
cannot understand common. Have you offered
Sure.
direction to them about the hobgoblins?
I'll just say attack the cultists,
Okay.
not the hobgoblins. I mean, if that's fine. Otherwise, whatever, they can attack the hobgoblins. I don't care much for that. So this guy will go there and will attack the cultist. He will smack him for 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So up to you. Did they understand to not attack the hobgoblins?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, very well. Then this guy will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he will move 2 times to start to go around this guy. Basically, they cannot attack anyone. They will just move twice, all of them. Some going this way, some going this way, some going here. Hey, hi, Goblin. Apparently, we work together. Hey, hi. And they just move inside the room. That's it.
It's now like Azer's now constantly go like, hey hi, hey hi.
Hey, hi. High
The
five.
hobgoblins
I fire.
the hobgoblins bark. Disable the spell so we can attack them more efficiently.
Who is he talking to?
All of you, because he doesn't know
Everyone.
who's cast the spell.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay, heard it.
But he will haul a javelin towards this cultist. And actually might hit. I would say it has a little bit of cover from Everall, but that's still plenty enough to... It just goes straight in his belly.
Ouch.
Buzzay!
And actually, let me check the...
Cultist kebab.
Which cultist is left? Oh, there's one, yeah.
It's called. It's
The hobgoblins fire arrows. Actually, no, they'll move into a flanking position there to begin with. Hobgoblins. There. So a longsword. A 9 is a miss. That's pathetic. This guy moves into, and we'll try the same thing. That went a lot better with a crit, which is enough to barely end the life of this cultist. Which technically means that the cultists in the room have been slain. And they very tensely prepare to defend themselves, not quite sure about the Azers. And there's this tense moment.
Right, time for payment, boys.
Yeah, so Xanos looks at the one still inside the spikes and says, "This is a test of courage. Those of you that can exit the spikes alive can join."
Just dispel them.
I'm just fucking with you guys, and I dispel this.
Okay. For now...
Azers formation. They go back in formation.
For now, we will remove this effect, and we will also end the initiative for the time being.
So be quick. I have about 9.5 minutes left of this.
Okay, then quick to the room of the boss.
Exactly.
Goblin.
Go.
The leader steps forward, greets you, and says, "You had better be good for that gold. The leader has gone downstairs, but if you want to get one of his best lieutenants, through there. Oh, and there's the lady in here too."
We want
Let's
them
get
both.
them both.
As she says that, you see a red-headed woman that steps out with her hands up, and she's just like,
Hello, you.
I think perhaps a parlay would be better for me, actually. I think what you really want is Bastion. That's through those doors. He is certainly next in line, and since you have slain all of my hellhounds, and my chimera friend, I would prefer to give my terms of surrender.
Yes, I think we can accept your surrender. And in fact, I would like to apologize for the fact that you have killed your pet, and clearly some sort of compensation will be required. So if you will wait for us while we slaughter whatever is left of this place, I will be with you shortly. Not in every sense of the word, and we can discuss terms.
Vertically.
I accept this proposal.
Very well done.
Or I've been
Will you
needing a word from you
continue?
later.
Azers, put down that door!
Okay. Let me just check for a second. I've got a huge mess
Sure.
here. So
Maybe
you guys...
the hobgoblins can guard her while we do our thing with the other
Yeah.
guy.
They may, but some of them are also wondering if the 50 gold is worth it for the lieutenants as well.
Well, yeah. Well, then again, it's okay. Just make sure that this one doesn't escape. In the meanwhile, you know what you can do while we go there? Check the rooms here to the south, gather everything that is in there, and then if you find at least 50 gold pieces, you can get them.
Yeah.
Like that. All right. What do you think?
So,
Jeez, I'm a merciful god.
this
Okay.
large chamber is shaped like an elongated hexagon with a door set to the points east and west. And you can see that this door has been painted red with a black stylized cauldron symbol upon it, which you recognize as the symbol of the eternal flame. Additional exits lead from the way you came into the south, where this red-headed woman is, and several ancient forges and anvils stand in the room amid many sleeping pallets. The door is not locked.
All right.
Which means that you can see down the hall.
Let's go down the hall.
Indeed.
I'm gonna be right next to Zadas when he flies in.
So I would say, like, you probably spent maybe a minute with this negotiation, not more.
Yeah. Also, could you put up some light vision on my character? Because I refresh light in between comments. It's just a cantrip, doesn't cost anything. It's a minute duration.
Yeah. Should be fixed. Alright. As the Azers come in, you hear someone barking stuff in Primordial. Zardas and Evril, I believe you understand the language.
Mm-hmm.
And
Me too.
Okay, great. What you see is a fire genasi who was sitting on an altar that hops down. He's flanked by two fire elementals that seem to be under his command, and he seems completely unafraid of these Azers. And
yeah, this is going to take all day if the Azers go against the elemental.
And he is like, he says, "Fools, don't you know that I will rule this cult? Forget Vanifer, she is useless. All hail to me, Bastion. Tinder will be mine, and then there will be only one who will summon Imix. And you all bow down before me." The Azers, let's say I'm going to roll an intimidation check for him just to see how they might react. Ooh, 21.
Okay, can I also roll an intimidation check convince the Aesers to fight instead. Like, I look at this bastion and I say, "Fool, tonight you will walk blind, deaf and dumb in the abyss, and every demon will know this is Bastion, the idiot who thought he could beat Zardas and his companion."
All right. Make your initiative check.
Initiative or intimidation?
Sorry, intimidation also. Well, it's going to be initiative as well, if we're being honest.
Sure.
Yes.
18.
An 18. All right. The Aesers seem to be a little bit pensive about this, but they seem prepared to aid you in the fight. Let's just...
You chose well.
They sort of make way for you to
Sure.
move through. And you... Let's see, I need to roll for them. Oh, what wonderful initiatives. So, Erdon, you drunkenly have a moment of clear thought and may act.
Okay, then I'll just fly a little bit behind these Azer. I'm still flying, and I'm gonna shoot a where is it? Ray Frost at the leftmost element. Like that's the top one.
Okay. Ray Frost on the topmost one. Let's see. They
That's a miss.
yes, a 10 is a miss for sure. Gak.
Nope, me.
Oh, you're
What?
not finished?
My int is actually 29, but my alert doesn't come through on my initiative tracker.
It shows 29.
Yeah, it does show 29. I don't know why it skipped past you though. Oh, did you roll your initiative a bit late? Yes, you did.
It's wrong on my sheet.
Ah.
So
Okay.
No, it's correct
Sorry.
in the tracker. But
yeah, 'cause I-
the issue was mostly that you rolled initiative after I sorted it, which is why it didn't come up. So Mauritius then.
Yay! No, can't get anywhere. I'll just go and stand in front of everybody. 'Cause that's fun to do. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. And I'll take a dodge action.
Okay. Gak, you're down the hall.
2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Bonus action Hunter's Mark on Bastion. And I will start shooting at him.
Alright.
15, does that hit?
A 15. Let me double check. A 15 would normally be a hit, but he activates a shield.
Okay. Case. A 26.
That will certainly hit, and he is technically a humanoid.
20 damage. And 21 damage.
Your arrows strike true,
And
your third.
that's
Oh,
I
that was
rolled
3.
3 times.
Yeah, sorry.
And I will move back a few squares.
Zardas, you may now make good on your threats.
And I will, for sure. This elemental on top is like in this square, right? So like, is a bit down here, right?
Oh, sorry. There.
Okay, so I will look at Bastion and I will say, clearly you must know, no fire can resist the power of water.
We'll do something
And then-
like this.
Yeah, it's also good. And then I summon a wall of water bisecting the elemental like this. And I think we had this nightmare before.
We
but
did.
Each of them is actually cut by 100 cubic feet of water, which for them means 700 gallons of water, which for them means 700 hit points each of them of damage.
Indeed. So you just create this tidal wave, and they are snuffed out. I had a
Not to
feeling
mention
that might happen.
our good friend Bastion. But no, it doesn't matter. Let's see it. And then I just unsum. Yeah, but
What happens to him then? He
No,
must
but that's the
make
thing. But being in the wall doesn't really do anything. Like it just doesn't make you pass. But that's not important because what is happening.
Oh, sorry,
is
it's a concentration spell. I missed that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since I didn't rage yet, so I summon the wall of water. I quench the elemental. Then I look at him, and my eyes start to burn with this emerald green light. And as a bonus action, I rage. Then I run in his face, and I say, "You will be the next to be quenched." And the wall disappears because I rage and I can't keep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
That's
Ayu.
me.
God, he's not going to get a turn, is he?
Ayu, let me see. Ayu will. Okay, if this works. So Ayu will step forward, and she will say, "Hold!" And she will cast Hold Person on this guy. He can make a Wisdom saving throw 17.
Great. Wisdom, you say?
Yes. Okay, so he's paralyzed. Now every melee attack hits him crit.
Yeah, this is over.
So go, guys. For Zadas, he will never get to attack.
Or Acers. They will have so many crits.
Evril, it's your chance, man.
Yeah.
You can fly. 60 feet.
Yeah, I know. I can fly, so I will fly up to here, and I guess I'm gonna divine strike him with the Mule Mini.
That's a
Okay.
crit.
That is
16
not. Yes, a crit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Plus another 2d8.
crit.
It's a crit.
He still has shield, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, but that's a 26 because you have advantage.
oh yeah, it's
And a 20
it's-
would hit anyway.
You have to add another 2d8.
yeah.
So
So that is the
31.
thunder damage. 31. You don't want to maximize that thunder damage, do you?
You know what? Yeah, I will
Now it's
spend my
time.
last. No, I'm gonna spend my last point of Channel Divinity for max. So it's 20, 28, 36.
36? No, it's more than that. That's a D8.
Yeah, it's 5
more.
Yeah. That was it,
Yeah.
31, 36.
Oh, right.
You
yes,
already
okay.
rolled the max on, yeah.
Your eyes for a moment crackle with the power of the Thunder God, and you just slam your hammer right into his skull, and it's just, for a moment, your hammer embeds in his forehead, and when you pull it back, you just see all of these completely fried remnants of the contents of his skull as his eyes just flicker backwards and he collapses into a pile. His soul well on its way to the abyss, where he will be mocked by demons.
Seems like you couldn't stand the heat, could you?
Burn!
Oh my god, that was over very, very quickly.
Yeah. Well done, Azers.
Erasers! Erasers!
They're just here to throw flower petals at us.
As
when we
you
win.
do that, the Azers hold up their tools and weapons that they've recovered and they cheer, having beaten the main forces of their enemies, and in their own tongue, they scream words of freedom.
Yoo-hoo!
Is
Yeah.
this the point where they get
Yeah.
decapitated?
They turn and, not wishing to create too much tension, they thank you for their freedom and ask if they might now take their leave to return to their own plane.
Of course. You.
Yeah, you make pretty things out there.
They sort of bow and make their way back towards this pit deeper in. And you are
They're
left.
also going to the pit. Okay.
The same
They are.
pit the salamanders went in.
That's correct.
Looks like
and
they're gonna have some more fights.
now that you actually have a moment to catch your bearings, you see that you are in a temple. The room has a wide alcove in the eastern wall where a raised dais with an altar fills it. Flanking the dais are two smoking braziers, or rather, they're smoking now not from the flames, but from how they've been snuffed out by this wall of fire. And two torches sort of barely cling to life from the damp and wet. Rich tapestries decorate the walls, and the tapestry behind the dais is adorned with a stylized cauldron symbol. But yes, it appears as if this was some kind of temple to Imix, by the looks of things. The elemental prince of fire.
I will look at Evril and I will go. So, is there a way that you can convert a temple?
I don't know.
Make it more into one of our guys rather than like this creepy ass fire dude.
Well, you know, Everil, that with a judicial use of the Hallow spell, you can certainly consecrate an area to Thor, which would, if this place is not already profane, dedicate the area to his worship.
Yes, it's possible, but it's not that easy.
Oh, but once we have enough time, we should probably come back here and make it so.
This was all once an ancient dwarven city. Right?
Indeed.
Once the dwarves come back, I'm sure they'll fix this place up.
Yeah.
Probably.
There is a good
I think-
chance
I
that...
Maybe the dwarves have to pay us, rent or something. Or at least for the cleaning. I don't know, something.
I'm
may,
sure they'll owe us a great debt when this is done.
Indeed, you wonder if perhaps the Dwarven King would indeed see to reward you for this. At least you might ask Rulthandar to speak in your favor in the future. But as you do sort of turn your thoughts back, there is of course the red-headed woman who is your prisoner.
It's true.
No, not a prisoner.
So was there anything in this room?
Aside from these tapestries decorating the walls, not that you can see.
Okay.
I will take the head of Bastion.
I want to look for hidden passages or rooms.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove aside the tapestry behind whatever this thing was, the days.
Behind that tapestry is a wall. However,
It's
if you
safe.
wish to search for secret passages, you can make an investigation check in this case.
I will.
Elect someone from the group to do it, and they may do so with advantage from the group helping.
Sure.
I'm pretty shit at that, so probably don't want me to do it.
I'm
I will
kinda
just
smart.
assist. I'm not that great at
I'll also
investigating.
use a guidance in whoever will do it. But I'll try, I guess.
Yeah,
Sure.
how much do you have?
All right. Your investigation reveals a secret passage behind the tapestry on the south wall,
Oh.
and a set of stairs seem to descend down into a chamber.
Let's go check the chamber.
Right. You descend the stairs down into a chamber with throw rugs, privacy screens, a couch, and a quartet of comfortable chairs, creating a cozy space. Gossamer fabrics are draped across a four-poster bed, and a desk sits in the southeastern corner.
Is there shady 70s porn music playing in here?
There is not.
Good.
Okay.
I would have been
Just
worried.
checking.
Yeah. You never know with like privacy screens and shit.
Isn't that kind of like the opposite of? In any case, I'm yes,
searching through the
there's
desk.
Okay, in the desk you find two scrolls.
Okay.
Subsequent downtime investigation will reveal them to be a scroll of minute meteors and a scroll of sand.
I want to look through the paperwork that might, because you see, there seems to be like a personal room of this guy. So I want to look through the paperwork if there's anything I can find related to my father.
There is nothing here that speaks of your father, and indeed there is very few. There are very few items here in general. It was really just the scrolls in the desk.
All right, then I have to get back to that lady to talk to her. Okay.
Okay. So, as you were finishing up, the Hobgoblin commander comes in, dragging the woman by the collar. Let's scroll up in the temple. Lizzie looks down at Bastion's decimated corpse. Her eyes go wide, and it's like, I think that was a good idea to surrender. And the
Well,
Hobgoblin
took us like 6 seconds to put him down.
The Hobgoblin commander introduces herself as Captain Nisko, and she says, "So this is the time to be paid, yes?"
Yes, it is. I think Gak is the one with all our money, right?
Yeah, I have it
Yeah.
written down.
Pay the woman, Gak,
Sure.
please.
How much did we agree on?
15 each.
15
Okay,
each.
how many of your crew are still alive? Well, 15 each, so
12.
it matters how. Okay,
12.
sure. 12 times 15.
110.
80.
That's
No.
180. Yeah.
180.
Yeah. Party.
And I
She grins
over,
at this.
Bastion's head as well.
Sorry?
Like, here you go. It's a small trophy.
I didn't hear what you were giving as a trophy.
Bastion's head.
She just says, "I don't take trophies for my enemy skills or friends. Only my own.
Alrighty.
Makes
So my
sense.
shoulder against the wall.
And she
I
sort of
rem-
like, so you hand her the coin collectively, and she gives a smile and says, "A pleasure doing business." And unless there's anything else, she's happy to hand over the prisoner to you and to leave.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I'll just like, how if I ever need like mercenaries, how do I get in touch with you?
No offense, but we'll probably head up to Luskan now and forget about this business.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you cause too much problems here in the valley, we might come after you.
Fact.
So you don't want potential future employee? That's strange. Oh well.
Well, who
Not
knows? There are still
really.
a band of hobgoblins. Let's not send them. As long as they don't cause any trouble here in the valley, they can head to Luskan, whatever.
Trust me, we have had enough of this area.
Safe travels then.
And she will wander off. So you were left with a very nervous-looking human woman, and she's like, perhaps I should introduce myself. My name is Lysandra Calderos, but my friends call me Lizzie, the Hellhound Whisperer. But right now I find myself rather devoid of hellhounds to whisper to.
And devoid of friends, I'm guessing.
Oh, God, I thought I had a friend in Imix, but perhaps I need to rethink my life strategies.
Well,
Clearly.
you can do a lot worse in defense of us. Mainly because we have many sharp and very pointed arguments in favor.
I suppose you guys did at least get the water cult out of our hair when they were enemies of ours?
Yeah, but well, we're getting all of the cults out of your hair.
She sort of like pats her hair and she's like, I see. So I now have surrendered. What might happen to me?
First of all, do you have any useful information for us that can help us conclude in our mission and destroy the other cults?
Well, I was like third, maybe fourth in and now I'm second in command of the cult.
Your allegiance seemed to be pretty weak. One so high in the higher.
Well, if I'm being
That's
honest,
a permanent solution to the Legion.
Vanif is a bit of a bitch, and I can see that perhaps there are other ways to study the element of fire.
Clearly. So this Vanifer, does she have any weakness?
Weakness.
An arrow to the face, perhaps.
Well, that's everybody's weakness.
It's hard to say. Really, she's kind of a bit of a tragic character in a sense. Because I mean, she's a tiefling, but she came from Kalamshan and was a slave. Have you heard of this place?
Okay,
Nope.
Lizzie, maybe we should approach this in a different. Give us a reason to not kill you.
My thanks and gratitude, and I swear I won't do it again.
Well, we could turn her over to the knights for justice.
Yes,
Yeah, probably.
It's
Wait.
not an immediate death.
Probably
Sorry,
for the best.
which knights?
The Knights of uh,
Samular.
Yeah.
The Knights of Semula.
Oh, just those like paladins of Tyr that are judged during
Yeah.
executioners.
Yep.
That's
You could also
uncomfortable.
just join the monastery.
I
Well,
I know a
we
really good-
can also dish out justice, but you might not like it as much.
I suppose perhaps I can take a chance with them. I have information. I have good information.
Very well. Let's talk about this information. What's the good information?
I was in the process of telling you about Vanifer and her weaknesses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
We were
Well,
listening.
I was trying to give you a backstory so you could understand a little bit more about what drives her and maybe find a weakness in that. But
Sure. Go ahead. Ordel, you have some drinks?
And I pass around the big flask,
Okay.
the heavy flask.
I'll take a swig and I will sit on the altar. Okay, let's hear it.
well, I met her on the road. See, I am somewhat of a sorceress. Great power and whatnot. But
I
from
burst out
draconic heritage-
laughing.
Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. Basically, she was the servant of a pasha in the courts of Kalimshan, but she found this dagger. They called it Tinder Strike. It's this artifact, and it's extremely powerful. And through it, she hears the voice of Imix, the elemental prince of fire.
Lady, it might be rude of me to go on about this, but has anyone ever told you you're a shit storyteller? Get to the point.
Nah, I mean that's good. So she has an artifact, a dagger called Thunderstrike.
Let's talk to the
Oh,
elemental prince of fire.
right. She prefers to strike from afar, so if you get up close to her, she'll be very uncomfortable.
Right. So that's what we're here for. We're here to specifically make lady folk uncomfortable.
So she strikes from afar with
Well-
her dagger.
I can tell you, you're succeeding right now. No, she has more at her command than just a dagger, of course. She has the power of Imix, after all. But and it is a big power. But she has once she heard
180 speed.
that the other prophets of the apocalypse were heading down into the temple of elemental evil below us. I think her great plan is to actually make her way down to the Weeping Colossus, where she can actually summon Imix to this world.
Ah,
Is
How
that
quaint.
useful information?
that is interesting information.
Of course, the other prophets, surviving prophets, I believe the water cult is completely eradicated. I'm supposing that you are the group that kind of brained.
Yes.
Shah. Gar.
Gar.
Keel. Yes. That was his name. If she makes it to the node, she will gain more power, and that might not be a good thing if you wish to face her. Even worse if she's actually allowed to summon Imix, because he is just, the most powerful of all of the elemental princes, of course.
Really now.
Yes.
Isn't that what they all say, though? That my elemental prince is so powerful, he will wipe that floor with the other elemental princes.
Yes, I'm sure they do say that. But I think you will find that if you actually consult the greatest of history books and rarest of volumes, you will find that that
So you happen to
Imix
have
is
these
the
amazing
greatest of
collections.
Thorsadun's children, and through him, his great and evil father might find purchase in the prime material plane again?
So I guess we'll have to take out Imix.
Well, you're welcome
Well,
to
let's
try.
maybe we should stop them summoning him, right? That would be more advisable.
Perhaps.
Sure.
But unless it's not clear, perhaps time is of the essence if you wish to avoid such destruction.
So you're saying we should kill you now and move on?
Well, personally, I will not kill somebody that surrendered. But and still, personally, I would just say,
Are you?
do I believe that
murder-hobos?
she? I will just say this: if I ever meet you again, doing, terrorist things.
So this
It is
temple
valid.
of elemental evil, is it connected to all 4 of these temples above, like the one we're in now?
Yes. Down in the temple of well, basically, there's a temple of eternal flame, which is on the level below, and below that is the Weeping Colossus, the fire node, and there are other temples. Well, this is the temple of elemental flame. I mean, the temple of elemental evil is beneath us, and below that the Weeping Colossus, and that is where she is going. But I suspect that the other prophets are probably gathering to try and eke their revenge. I really think this might be time sensitive.
Well, people, I think, I hate to say it, but I think she's right.
Very well.
Alright.
And
For me,
right,
she can go,
yes.
but I hope I never see you again doing
Or
anything.
before doing that, I'd like to have a word with her. I'd also be able maybe to deliver to these knights you be talking about.
Yeah, if you deliver to the knights, you could come down to the Temple of Elemental Evil through the Temple of the Crushing Wave, I guess.
You look rather familiar somehow. She
That's,
refers to Erdon.
That be the thing I might be wanting to speak to you about. Have ye heard of the name Erdon Fenegir?
Why, yes. I have, actually. When I met,
If you're gonna
see,
go on about
this all
time
didn't
trickers,
start
stop
with
saying
summoning Princess of Elemental Evil. It started as this thing where, like, we were just rebelling against the oppressors, and it kind of got into a fire thing, and since I was into fire already because I'm a sorceress and stuff, it kind of made sense. But, to cut a long story short, I believe that the name of the captain that took us, took Vanifra from Kalamshan was also named Erdon and looked a lot like you. Like, a lot. But even older and kind of like, how in the hell is this gentleman still alive? Sort of vibe going. He was quite a rough fellow. I think he was a bit of a musician too.
That be sounding like me old pop. So where you think I might find a good connection to possibly find me old?
Well, it might be an inconvenience, but if I were you, I'd head down to Kalamshan. I believe he's smuggling out of that port.
Alright. Do you guys need this person any longer, or should I take him back to the Spanish Inquisition?
That's fine for me.
I think you'll find there's no Spain in Faerun.
I suppose some sort of retribution required, but
You could just
personally,
go
I have no interest in it.
You could say it's the Thayan Inquisition.
Yeah, it's probably
The Red Wizards of Tay.
the Tyrian Inquisition.
They're a very long distance away from here, so
All right. Yeah, I don't know where
I
we
think
should go
we-
You
that
won't
way.
expect them.
The Tyran
Yeah.
Inquisition might be more of an issue.
Yeah.
No one expects the Knights of Sabula!
No, I guess.
I'll look at these guys and I say, I thank thee for finding what I needed. I think I need to make my way to Kalamshan and find my old father there. If you ever be needing any help of any kind, you seem to be a well met crew. And again, if you need any help, just send a raven, and I will be there standing ready for you. As long as you leave me some coin, that is, and I give you a win, and then I walk out with this let's call this guy
Woman.
woman.
Same difference.
Same thing. Doesn't matter to her then.
All right.
Oh, woman. It's all
Very
the
good.
same. They have
So
an asshole.
you find yourselves standing in the ruins of this shrine to Imix, armed with knowledge that time is of the essence if you are to save the area from certain doom and destruction. But you do take a brief moment of respite to consider how your knowledge has armed you in the fight to come, and you have all gained a level. And this is where we shall stop for the night tonight. I would like to thank Ken for his involvement in the last 3 sessions, bringing something to the table with Erdon, who certainly was a help during the very lengthy battle for the temple. More battles to entail in the near future. We'll be back in 2 weeks with Princes of the Apocalypse, but not before we are back on Monday with our alternating campaign led by none other than DM Fausto, and that will be Tales of the Yawning Portal with much of the same crew. And I believe, Ken, you got some D&D online tomorrow night, maybe?
Yes, if all's well, we should be with
Streaming
3
that?
hosts this time. So tune in for that.
Nice. And I'm sure you'll be able to tell everyone what else is up in the interim between now and Monday. But until then, guys, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you in the near future. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.